Hi, this is Cynthia Ortiz. It is October 23rd, 2021. These are the Charles Perry Stalker podcasts. We're going to do the disclaimer, use allegedly. The but-for standard applies. But for Mr. Perry's stalking, hacking, voyeurism, attack on my life, we wouldn't have to document malicious intent and premeditation, would we? There wouldn't be any need for podcasts, would there? Mr. Perry, your contact is not wanted, sir. You continue to try to talk. You never shut up. You want to tell me what you think and how you feel and what you want, what you're going to, and threaten me. You're going to take all my money. Duly noted for the record, you have malicious intent and you premeditated it. Right? Okay, we're also applying all the Constitution. First Amendment, Fifth Amendment, Fourth Amendment. Right? So we got the but-for standard, we got the reasonable person standard, we got every amendment in the damn Constitution, which I shouldn't have to assert here. It just applies. And if you're a reasonable person, look at what reasonable people do. So since 2019, when I first got this was in Manford. Mr. Perry told everybody in Manford, or a lot of people, it's not legal, but I'm going to have her car towed and sold before she figures that out. Last sentence there. And since that time, pretty much not a day goes by that they're not talking about trying to get my car. Either ruin the engine, wreck it, or tow it. One of those, or have it impounded. One of those four things is discussed constantly with these men. And so, when they're not getting it, I mean, these guys are slow. When you bother me, Mr. Perry, when you contact me, when you peep and hack, when you cause problems and hardship for me, the longer I'm broke because you took my money, the longer Mike Neely sits in jail, the harder my guys go at you, and the more these we get. Not a day has gone by, they said, since this one, that you're not recorded talking about getting to my car. So, the reason behind that would be what this law review says. Let's go back this way. What this law review says is the same thing Dr. Evans says, the professor at Seton Hall University. He's a criminologist, also a victim of child abuse, who made a different choice than you. 99% of the population, he says, can be normal. Only about 1%, he says, become violent offenders. You can't keep up with everybody else. So, you don't have any power. You don't have any control. So, this is the reference here. This is the article. She talks about electronic monitoring. Because what happens is you get one of these guys, stalks, and the police put him in jail, and he'll bond out and go right back at it. He'll get a protective order. He'll go right back at it. These guys have no control. They're not wanted. They're making unwanted advances to a woman that doesn't like them. Doesn't go both ways. Mr. Perry will type in my phone, I love you. I want you. No, but I don't feel that way about you. You have spent 10 years turning my stomach, Mr. Perry. Turning my stomach and pissing me off. So, she writes about that. She also makes the point that she's not calling us victims of domestic violence. She's calling us survivors. So I thought that was kind of cool. So she's looking at electronic monitoring. Now here's the definition of domestic violence right here. It is a pattern of behavior in any relationship where one partner is trying to exert control over the other. Taking all my money, I'll give you whatever you want if you lie for me. If you go somewhere, if you apologize against your will, you want me to say something I don't mean? I'm sorry, you're stupid. I'm sorry, you're a criminal. I'm sorry, you can't keep up with the 99% of us who can live life and not need to buy one judge or one cop and not need to cover up a damn thing and never need to ask, who are my rats? Who are my leaks? Who are my deep throats? Is it Z? Who the fuck is Z? Is it Jim? I know 5 of them. Which one? Is it Kim? I know about 5 Kims. Which one? Is it Ty? You know how many guys are named Ty? I know about 20 of them. Which one? Is it your family? I don't know. Did you call my family and tell them you were going to hurt me? Did you try to make them help you hurt me? And now you're afraid they're a leak? Dana and Craig? Did you call Dana and Craig or my children or my ex-husband and tell them, here's what we're going to do to hurt her. We need your help or we'll ruin your business. We'll get you fired. Did you do that? And you're afraid they're a leak? Is that Dom or Patrick? I don't know. Did you call Dom and Patrick and tell them you're going to hurt me and you're afraid they leaked? Do you see the ridiculousness of the question, Mr. Perry? I don't know how many times I got to say the same thing. I'm not told. You kill people. We're not getting people killed. Nobody's going to tell you shit. I don't kill people, and they don't even tell me. And you keep asking the same fucking question every day, and it's been asked and answered. Do you have Alzheimer's that you forgot? Do you wake up in a new world every 5 minutes? I think you do. I think that's part of the reason you keep getting caught. Because I think you can't remember what was said to you 5 minutes ago. I don't think you grasp easy concepts either. Cause and effect. When you fuck with me, you get caught. Mr. Robertson, you too. Mr. Powell, Mr. Burson, Mr. Chad, all of you. Calvin. When you fuck with me, you get caught. When you fuck with me, you get caught. When you fuck with me, you get caught. I have help. I can't do this by myself. So, what this article is talking about is that the domestic violence includes physical, sexual, emotional, psychological, and economic abuse. When you call my family and when you tell them hurt her for us or we'll ruin your business, psychological abuse. Our shrink says it's no different than what Hitler did. Kill the Jew or I'll kill you. Subjugation, control over your victim. That's what our shrink said, Charles. It is no different than what Hitler did. There would be some German kid who did not want to kill a Jew. And that kid would be told, you kill the Jew or I'm going to kill you. You're the weak link in the army. You are that guy. You are that sadistic and that cruel. And I think I've quoted this Bible verse in Proverbs. A man's kindness brings blessings, but his cruelty will be his downfall. Look at Hitler. Gandhi said, tyrants and murderers seem invincible for a time, but history has shown they fall always. They will always fall. People don't like it when you do things that are cruel. That's why a lot of that shit is illegal, like taking somebody's car, domestic violence crimes, economic abuse. You take my money. My guys go at you. I'm broke. Mike's in jail. You're peeping. You're hacking. You're stalking. You're making a threat to me. Whether it be directly to me or behind my back, you're still a threat. You're imposing a threat to cause loss of my freedom or property or my privacy. And they get you, don't they? $25 million didn't cover up a fucking thing, did it? Nothing. You keep getting caught, David. When Charles contacts me, I hate it. Listen, I hate it. It makes me want to spit. I mean, it makes me mad when he contacts me. I hate it. I said, get the hell out. Don't contact me again. Boy, howdy, I mean that, bitch. I moved twice. I packed up my stuff all day long. Had to pack up my stuff. Had to get on the phone, cancel it, electricity and cable and blah, blah, blah. Load up a truck. Put some stuff in storage. Uproot my child from all his friends in school. And move to Dallas. The Dallas area. And then that wasn't enough. You made it worse. I meet a man I really like. I got to leave him. I met a man I really liked, and I had to leave him. Pack it all up again. Take my son out of school again. And leave the state. Because you can't fuck off. Right? He changed the page just now. Mr. Perry does that. You hack. We get it. You like to show everybody that you're a hacker. Hacking is a crime. Peeping is a crime. I don't like you, bitch. There is nothing more pathetic than a little bitch who can't move on. I moved twice to get away from you and your trailer park trash, your drama, your Jerry Springer show. One problem after another, after another, after another. You want to control me. You want to subjugate me. But I'm different than all the rest of your victims. Aren't I, Mr. Robertson? Are you the smart one or are you dumb too? When you fuck with me, you get caught. Charles Perry's sitting by himself right now, doing nothing more than a 1-year-old little girl can do. He's got his little skirt on. He's got his lipstick all over his face, sitting there with his dolly and his unicorn, watching me on a TV, pretending. Just like a little kid watching Frozen. And that's the best he can do, because that's all he does all day long. Threatens and threatens. So what this says is defining what domestic violence is. Domestic violence is a violent offense. It's a crime. You sick son of a bitch. You're not on a date. Voyeurism is a violent crime too. It's part of your stalking. It is like rape. I've been physically raped, and I've been voyeur raped. Mr. Perry, it is not hot and sexy. You are not a chick magnet, man, doing this shit, are you? I want to know how many, you have a date? You have a woman sitting with you? I don't think you do. I think you're all by yourself, making a fool of yourself. Everyone laughs at you. You're like Anthony Weiner. Bill Clinton was at least smart enough to get something out of his thing, his scandal. You cannot figure out how to get a date or how to get women to like you, can you? You can't figure it out, can you? It isn't by doing every criminal act in the book. Every twisted, sick, motherfucking depraved thing that repulses everybody else. Cyril Wecht said of Jeff Epstein, even prisoners are repulsed by sex perverts like him. Even guys in prison don't like him. So I don't think he was, I don't think he committed suicide. I think he was murdered. And I know how you guys are. You just don't understand. It's complicated. Oh, feel bad for me. Poor me. Wah. Drama queen. Like, oh, God. If you were better looking, you could be on RuPaul's show. You are absolutely drama queen as it gets. You are all girled up. Get your dolly. You got your, your unicorn. You acting like a little girl. You got her feelings hurt. Sitting there watching TV. Pretending. Nothing real. You have nothing real. You have no love life. You got no cover-up. $25 million didn't cover up shit, did it? You pissed all that away by pissing me off. Because sometimes you fuck with the wrong people. So, this goes over what domestic violence offenses are. Taking my money, ruining my car, economic abuse, calling my parents and telling them, don't give her money. David, here's what happens. I tell my guys, I'm going to call my parents and ask them for my money so I can help Mike Neely. I'm going to call this company and try to get freelance work with them. I'm going to apply for freelance work with this one or that one. So they set everything up so that if you fuck with it, David, you're caught. You're caught. And you've been caught also more than ever in your life. But I'm going to tell you what provokes that. When Perry peeps, hacks, contacts me, threatens me, causes a problem for me, causes hardship, and the longer Mike Neely sits in jail, and every time Charles Perry contacts me, boy, howdy, it pisses me off, and boy, they go at y'all. And they just got you guys today. Didn't they? Where were you when you were talking about taking the shit out of her glove compartment? Where the car is too low to the ground for us to, fuck with the engine. Where were you standing? Because we got to try to figure out how they're hearing all this. You don't know yet what we can and cannot do you? They got me a Fabian puzzle in jail. They can do a lot. I'm quoting what you just said because you had a meeting, didn't you? You're trying to figure out how we've got that. And then we're still trying to confirm it, but we've heard that Mr. Perry set something up to try to get me jury duty and then intercepted the notice in the mail, and then he has my license suspended. So we've got to prove that out. But that's the latest. That's what we've got in today about them. They have hired some guy, to consult to try to figure out how we're finding everything out. Number one. And number two was the jury duty, whatever. We've heard that rumor a little bit. In fact, some of the girls at work asked me about it. Didn't you have jury duty? And I was like, no. Well, did you arrange for me to have jury duty, Mr. Perry, and steal my mail? To try to get my license suspended? Is my license suspended, Mr. Perry? See, when you spend $25 million trying to cover everything up, and the only thing that happens is you're told on and caught, and then you have to ask me, was it Dom and Patrick? I don't know. Did you call Dom and Patrick and ask them to hurt me? And you think they're leaking? Did you call my family and ask them to hurt me for you? And do you think they're leaking? And then today he's typing in my phone, is it Dr. Pepper? Oh, yes, it's the people of Dr. Pepper, Mr. Perry. Call them and accuse them of being the machine behind fucking up your pervert deal your sex pervert problem and putting a stop to it. Make that phone call. Whoever it is you think it is, you call them and you ask them. And let's see how that goes. Let's see how that works out for you. Or you could just fuck off, like normal people do. Can't 1%, Mr. Evans says, of the population can't keep up with everybody else. And they become violent offenders. And they cause economic abuse for women. And they cause psychological abuse for women. And they cause emotional abuse for women. And they beat them. Because they hate women. Why would you do that? What the fuck is wrong with people that do that? 1% of the population cannot keep up with everybody else and just be normal. And they feel some weird need to subjugate and control a victim, a woman. A woman. Mr. Robertson, Mr. Perry, can you not pick on men? So my shrink says, Mr. Perry was abused as a kid, and he hates women. He hates them, seething hatred. Because we all know, if you want to get a date with a woman, you do what women like. Women don't like being peeped on. They don't like being hacked. They don't like being abused. So, why does he keep doing that every fucking day? Why does he do that every damn day? The other thing she goes over is the very bad cost. The cost. It costs us a shit ton of money to have to deal with you. So, everybody I've ever gone out with, Mr. Perry, that I cared about, that I loved, that won my heart, they did things for me. Saeed made sure I made money. My ex-husband made sure I made money and never missed a meal. They didn't try to give me money, subjugate. I'll take all yours and I'll give you this little, here's your canned food so you can't go anywhere or leave me. I'm going to take your steak away and here's your canned food so you have to subjugate. They made sure I made money. I did well because I had support from them. They supported my career. They supported my goals, my dreams. I made my own money. They just helped me do it. They took me to dinner. So they took me to very expensive restaurants pretty much every night. So, you want to win, you want to get a date, you do shit like that. You don't put cameras in the house and hack and peep, cause one problem after another, and it can slime your family problems all over everybody else. My granddad was an elected official in Roswell, where I grew up. My mother made sure we had etiquette classes. She taught us some. She had a friend teach us some. Say yes, ma'am, yes, sir. Shake firmly. Look the person in the eye. Stand up straight. Put your napkin on your lap. Here's what fork you use. Here's what... And don't bring your family problems on everybody else. Don't burden other people with your shit. Have some class and dignity. Don't embarrass the chief. And that's all you do all day is embarrass yourself. And I'm asking the shrink, how is he not embarrassed by this weird, twisted, sick stuff? No normal person could even think up, much less do. Depravity of mind. Demented, depraved, disturbed, twisted, sick, pervert shit. All day long. Why doesn't that embarrass him? I believe him to be mentally retarded and he doesn't know he should be. I believe he may even have Alzheimer's because we have heard you repeat the same thing every day over and over and over like it's never been said before. Something like, I'm not told who your leaks are, Mr. Perry. I'm not told that. And yet he'll ask me again. I promise when I finish this podcast, he'll start asking me that again. Like I didn't say it. He's done it for years. It blows our mind. It's asked and answered. And the other thing is, you keep trying to tell me what you think and how you feel and what you want and what you need, and I've made it very, very clear. I don't care. You were not asked. What I said is get the fuck out of my life. Didn't I? You got antisocial disorder. Bad. So, since this recording, I'm going to have her car towed and sold. It's not legit. It's not legal. But I'll have her car towed and sold before she figures that out. This does not make you some big hunk of sexy. This pissed everybody off. This is not how you get a date, Mr. Perry. This is how you turn everybody's stomach. And this is exactly why you keep getting caught and told on. And not a day has gone by, I understand, that you haven't been recorded talking about it again and again and again and again. Just going at it different angles. Because you want to take everything I have. You want to take everything I have to do exactly what the article says. Economic abuse to exert control over a victim of your crime. You're a sick son of a bitch, you know that? You're all by yourself. You're not a chick magnet. See, smart people watch other people who have what they want and they do what they do. I find, Anthony Robbins said that. I found a man who had the kind of woman I wanted and I just did what he did. I treated my wife like he treated his wife. And I won her heart like he won his wife's heart. You do everything women are disgusted by, like people raping me, hacking me, hardship, problems, drama. And you're making everybody pissed at you. So it's easier to get shit like this. Not a day goes by, my guy says, that we haven't recorded them talking about trying to ruin your engine, wreck your car, have it impounded, or have it towed and sold. Always want to know, where is she? Is she where she can see that car? Should we go get it now? How can we get her back out to that club and we can get that car? Calvin said that. I don't care if she knows or not, I'm going to take that car. And I think he was told, you don't have a claim to that car. You don't. You need to leave her car alone. What you're doing is pissing everybody off, and they're going right at you. And then they're quoting you, because I should know who Calvin is. Calvin's name came up in that conversation right there about my car. That's how I know who Calvin is. So, you guys aren't the brightest bulbs. This was the McNamara email where I'm telling my ex-husband he wants me false arrested. And I'd been telling people that and he wants to kill me, or I'm getting threatened with death and false arrest. This is more specific details as to how that plan, Mr. Perry had told somebody he wanted that plan carried out. And you got caught, Mr. Perry. You didn't get a date, did you? Did I call you up and go, oh, baby, let's go out on a date after this? Nope. Metaphorically, I have kicked your balls up your brain every day because I want you to get off me. You're making me feel raped. You'll never get a date with me. You are not what I want. You are the 1% who can't keep up with everybody else. It's not normal to want to subjugate and engorge yourself in domestic violence crimes. You're a violent offender. You're a sex offender. And Cyril Weck said, we think Jeff Epstein was murdered because even in prison, prisoners do not like sex perverts. Men who abuse women and children are not well received, even in prison. Even in prison, they usually beat the fuck out of guys like you. Jeff Epstein may or may not have committed suicide. We don't know. I'd say that the evidence indicates that he probably didn't. And his friend said he had hidden cameras in his home, and it creeped us out. How much worse is it if it's in their home? They were mad about it, Mr. Perry, because these things that you do are offensive. That's why they're illegal. If something is illegal, Charles, that means people don't like it when you do that, dummy. That's why you don't have a date, and you keep getting caught, and $25 million didn't cover up a damn thing, did it? Don't contact me. I don't like it. It makes me mad. And then we get more shit like this. And you've had it every fucking day since 2015, and that's 6 years. So who is so dumb they can't figure out after 6 years cause and effect? When you fuck with me, you get caught. When you fuck with me, you get caught. When you fuck with me, you get caught. You don't get a date. I don't call you up. I avoid your calls. I've moved twice to avoid you and your drama and your weirdo problem and your deviancy and your sicko and in a conflict, haven't I? You're not what I want. Stop embarrassing yourself. Mr. Roberson, are you slow too? Since 2015. This is pretty specific. Once he knew I had this, he changed it up, but he still did it, didn't he? He just varied it a little on the circumstances and the execution of this plan, did he not? In January 29th, 2016, I think he did. None of my evidence was preserved. No blood test, no hair test to rule out or confirm poisoning. Video surveillance was not preserved Texts were not preserved by Mr. Powell. I preserved them. Right? Justice was obstructed. You can't tell if a police report's false or true in a week when you haven't even investigated it, can ya? And Mr. Perry's imaginary political vendetta is making everybody laugh at him. Why aren't you embarrassed, Mr. Perry? You tell us. You should be. At least Bill Clinton got something out of that. Monica did like him. You don't have that. You have rejection, and you're caught. And you're rejected, and you're caught. And you're rejected, and you're caught. When you fuck with me, you get caught. When you fuck with me, we get more, and more, and more, and more, and more. And you got it. You have no date. You're not wanted. Nobody asked you what you think or how you feel or what you want, did they? You were not asked, were you? What were you asked? Fuck off. Don't contact me. I hate it. I hate it. You have turned my stomach for a decade, and that's all you've done. So our shrink says he hates women. Hates them. Because if you look at it, he does everything women hate. And the more she hates it, the more he does it. And then he cries and whines when he gets caught and told on and caught and told on. He wants to know who told on me. It's pathetic. I left. And you're pathetic. And you get caught when you fuck with me. And it's been that way since the McNamara email, and you still don't get it. It's cause and effect. You guys frustrate us because you're stupid. You guys are stupid. Aren't ya? And then there's this. We're going to claim she's harassing us, but what we're going to do is we're going to harass her and have everybody pull her over. Have her arrested again. We got to subjugate her. Not what's hot. That's not what sexy guys do, Charles, to get a date. You are not a chick magnet. This pissed everybody off. What you did to Lucky and Mike pisses everybody off. The longer Mike sits in jail, Mr. Robertson, the more my guys go at you because we hate what you did. It's obscene. Are you slow too? When you fuck with me, Mr. Robertson. My guys, first of all, before I do anything, I tell my guys what I'm going to do, and they start getting everything set up. So if you hurt me, or you interfere with anything, they're going to catch it. That means if I call them and say I'm going to call my mom and dad and ask them for my money that they were supposed to give me in 2007. First of all, they know there is money. They know how much it is. They know where it is. They know what's been done with it. And they're going to wait for you to call and fuck that up for me. So when I quoted you verbatim, that's how that happened. That's how I knew you called. When I say I'm going to try to get freelance work, and you want to fuck that up, I've told my guys. They've already set everything up, so when you try to fuck it up, they catch you. Don't kid yourself. Don't ask who told and who's a rat. Was it Dr. Pepper? Is it the people you buy coffee from? Why don't you call Dr. Pepper and the people I buy coffee from and tell them not to catch your sex pervert crime? Stop putting a stop to my sex pervert crime. Call him and tell him that. Call him and tell him that, Charles. Do it right now. That is going to be the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. Do it. David, call him and ask him. Is it you? Are you helping her stop our crime? We want you to stop stopping our crime. We don't like getting caught. Since 2016, every day, Mr. Robertson, Mr. Perry, Mr. Powell, Mr. Burson, Mr. Chadwick, recording after recording after recording after recording after recording. And if I decide I'm going to do anything, I tell my guys first, and they set everything up. So if you cause some sort of injury to me, they gotcha. And you're going to have to deal with it in our courtroom. We have so much probable cause to get wiretap orders, it is not even funny. It is ridiculous. It's so easy, it's not even fair. Mr. Perry, when you contact me in any form, fuck you. I hate it. And that's what gets this right here. So don't say you don't like getting caught and told on. You do. You love it. There's no way you don't. Because you provoke and provoke and provoke and provoke. Mr. Perry, listen to the words that I'm saying. Stop being slow. I don't want to hear from you. I don't like your contact. I don't like it. I hate it. You have spent a decade turning my stomach. You have no date. You're alone. You can't even do what Bill Clinton did. You can't do what Anthony Weiner did. You can't do what these guys did. You're that much of a fail. You are that much of a fail. $25 million is a lot of money to piss away, pissing me off, isn't it? Your crime has never been this uncovered in your life, has it? And you want to know who told? Was it Dominic and Patrick? I don't know. Did you call Dominic and Patrick and tell them that you wanted them to hurt me? Or that you were going to hurt me not to tell? Did you? Because I haven't talked to either one. And I'm not told who your leaks are. I don't know. I don't know. You need to write it down. In 5 minutes, you're going to forget I said that and then do it again, aren't you? Alzheimer's is bad. Boy, you got it bad. Because I'm having to repeat the same thing over and over and over and over. And our shrink goes, I want to know every time she has to repeat it herself. And I want to know what she had to repeat. Because I've taken this to some elder care guys. They think he's got Alzheimer's. He needs medical attention. He wakes up in a new world every 5 minutes. He does the same thing. They get some results he says he does not like. That's like he forgot that it didn't work out. He forgot. He's already been caught on that. Our judge is getting frustrated. I've heard the conversations over and over and over about getting our car. They're caught. Why do they keep doing this? I've heard the conversations over and over and over about getting a ringtone. They're caught. Why do they keep doing this? What kind of people keep doing the same thing they've already been caught on? They want all of you, and they want you buried so bad. There's no need for a plea deal. We go straight to trial, and that's it. Because once they stop you from hurting people, you're never going to hurt anybody again. You're not going to hurt anybody again. When they do it so that it's done with strategy, precision, execution, and it's over. Once and for all. And we can tell people, he will never hurt you again. Ever. Do you understand, Charles? Every time you contact me, it's those kind of people you piss off. Every time, Mr. Robertson, you guys fuck with me, you guys try to take something from me, that's the kind of people you're dealing with. More than ever in your lives. More than ever in your fucking lives. Charles, take your skirt off, wipe the lipstick off your face, put the little dolly down and your little unicorn down, and go do something that grown men your age do. You absolutely should be embarrassed. A 1-year-old little girl can sit around watching a TV show playing with dolls and unicorns. Your skill set is all of that. And you can't figure out why you keep getting caught? And who's talking? You're shitting us with that, right? How embarrassing. You think I would go out with some little bitch like you? You're shitting us with that, right? There's no fucking way. So this person's complaining. They're saying that they want to get her on harassment. Bullshit, they're harassing her. We can all see that. They're fucking with our car, causing this problem and that problem, wasting our time. And they want us to pull over and get information on her car and give it to them. I think she needs a protective order. I'm about to call one in myself. Who said that, Lucky? Is that why you killed him? We know Mike didn't do that. Mr. Robertson, listen to me. If you don't like getting quoted like you did today, jury duty. You arranged jury duty for me, and then you stole the mail, so I never got the notice, and now you want my license suspended? You met with somebody today to find out. How did she find out that we were looking in the glove compartment of her car? That's illegal. What are you doing in my car? I can't get under it. It's too low. Where were you standing when you said that? We got to try to figure out how these people got that information. You got caught today, David. When you cause me a problem, that's what happens. You don't get a cover-up. You get caught. When you let your little bitch that likes to sit around playing with dolls, watching TV, this little sex pervert, you like kissing his ass? Disturbed, demented, deranged, piece of trash. Too slow to figure out that after 6 years, cause and effect. You fuck with me, you get caught. You fuck with me, you don't get a date, you get caught. You fuck with me, you get caught. You guys can't get there yet? When you fuck with me, you get caught. When you fuck with me, Charles, Dave, Josh, Joe, Matt, you get caught. You don't get a date. The longer Mike's in jail, the longer I'm broke because you keep taking my money, the longer you are evading my privacy, the more drama, problems, and hardship you cause, the more you piss everybody off and they go at you, and then we get more. More and more and more. That was addressing the threats of death and false arrest made to me every fucking day still. Still. What state do you live in, Charles? You agreed to leave me the fuck alone, didn't you? Because I told my attorney, Matt wants a cover-up. He doesn't want to preserve any evidence. He doesn't want to go to trial. He just wants a lie. Will you lie? No. I won't lie, but I'll stay quiet. But I have a condition. Never again am I to hear from Charles Perry. Ever. There is the promise right there. I'm under duress when I signed this, am I not? But I sued for breach of contract. This is a contract. You breached it. Like he said, I've never seen bond conditions that look like this. This is not bond conditions. This is a cover-up agreement right here. That's what this is. Perry's got a sick problem, a sex pervert problem. He's a sex weirdo. She knows about it. He wants it covered up. That's why he did all that to her. You play with that doll. You play with your unicorn. And let's see what good that does you. While you're playing with your little doll and your little unicorn and doing nothing more than a 1-year-old little girl can do, my guys are getting more of what you just said. You're a fat, lazy nothing. So, I get this is our contract. And you know what? To this day, no judge has ruled whether it's binding or not, or constitutes a contract or not. Judge Egan was supposed to, and you got that dismissed with a phone call before she could. Right? She never ruled on this. Wasn't there something at Wallworks versus Waltz in Tulsa? That ruling that she gave was a whole different thing than what she gave on mine. We want to know why that is. How much, do my guys need to start digging? How much of that 25 million has gone to judges? And which judges has it gone to? They know that already. You think they don't know? They know. They already have that information. Get your doll out, Charles. Go pray to the doll. Find out who my guys are. Go pray to your little unicorn to find out who are my guys helping. Who is helping her? Who is telling her what we just said? Who are my leaks? You like dollies? Go worship the doll. Do you have a date with that doll? You got a chick magnet with the doll? You got a cover up with the doll? Or the unicorn? Do you? You have a woman with you, hugging you, holding you, with your little dolly and your little unicorn, sitting around bothering everybody? Or do you just need a cover up? You don't have that either. See, you need to write down the results that you're getting from what you do all day. And if you're not getting the results that you want, change what you... Nothing changes if nothing changes. And if you continue to do the same thing over and over and over and over, that's where we go back to our shrink and she goes, nope, that's Alzheimer's. He can't remember that when he did that before, it didn't work like he wanted it to work. Or he's not after women, he's after men. He hates women and he hates men. We need brain scan. We need more testing to make these determinations. 1% of the population can't behave. The rest of us can. What did I say here? 2014. I hadn't gone to the media yet. I didn't live in Lubbock when I said this. I don't want a scandal. I want him to fuck off. Again, not about a political vendetta, is it? Yeah. You have an imaginary political vendetta that you went into a courtroom and testified to, and we're still waiting for you to produce the evidence of that, Mr. Perry, or explain why the fuck you said that. I lost my house. I spent 2 months in jail because you said that. And you have no evidence still. So you look delusional. And you've made the accusation that I'm delusional. But I talked to a shrink. And you know what the shrink said? I have to see your evidence. Oh gosh, they didn't preserve it. Okay, well I can't look at what you were looking at to see if I see what you see. Because in order to diagnose delusion, you have to see things I'm not seeing. Well, I can't look at the video surveillance to say that's what happened if they didn't preserve it. But being they didn't preserve it, and you got these, all these texts and emails this months before they actually carried out the threat, I'm guessing, you're not delusional. They are. Yep, Mr. Perry has erotomania. Because I come from the home of an elected official, and I lived in Vegas. I was around famous people all the time. And he's some little podunk, boring, fucking accountant. He's big. He's got grandiose thinking like John Wayne Gacy, Ted Bundy, BTK. Got a lot of similarities to BTK. Happily married family man. Or so you want everybody to think. Church guy. Or so you want everybody to think. Trolls women. Puts a hidden camera in a women's home. Sells watch time. Gets her fired. Make sure she can't find another job. Has her lose her home. And then he has the ex take the kids away. Charles Perry, as long as I've known him, he's done that. Our witness says. He likes getting women hysterical, and then he goes and rubs one out. He's a sex pervert. He's a sadist. That's what the witness testimony is, and you have proven the guy out over and over and over and over. Now, I don't care what you think. I didn't ask you. I want for you to get the fuck out of my life and never bother me again. Every time you try to take my car, which has been pretty much every day since 2019, it's recorded. I hear it. They hear it. They get it. They play it for me. And you can have all the meetings you want. Were you standing here when you said that? We got to figure out how would they get, some sort of, we got to figure out how they got that information with your standing right here when you said that. Yeah, well, we heard that too today. When you fuck with me, the longer Mike's in jail, the longer I don't have any money because you're taking my money. You're interfering, you're intercepting, you're bothering and bothering and bothering and causing hardship after hardship after hardship. My guys go at you harder because we want you gone. That way you can't do that anymore. When you're in prison, you can't do this shit anymore. And we get more of this stuff. Every day since 2019, they talked about getting her car. Ruin the engine, have it impounded, have it towed and sold before she figures out it's not legal. Make her think it is. Give her a restraining order so she can't tell at all. Ruin the engine. Wreck it. Over and over and over. So it's been duly noted for the record in our court, and you can deal with it there. Okay? Mr. Perry, I can't stand you. You turn my stomach. Get the fuck off me. Thank you.